Welcome to episode 44
400
of ZeroHP Podcast. All right, well, that was fun. Have a great weekend, everyone.
I'm gonna go. I'm exhausted.
That was too much talking.
I don't feel good.
So, an eventful Friday, we just recorded a Total War video that we just are also going to put up the same day that we record. But
You heard it.
Going to go up till Tuesday.
I recorded a Total War video.
You are in a Total War video.
Kind of.
No, not kind of. You're just as much in the video as I am.
Yeah, but I didn't do anything. I didn't provide any.
But you asked me questions that brought up topics.
Did I?
Yes.
I was like, hey, why are those guys different than those guys? And you're like, because they're fucking different, you idiot.
That's not how I described that
That's
at
a
all.
good point, dude. You're right. They are different.
I mean, they were.
You're right. I know. My question. My question has.
I felt like I did a good job. I don't think I didn't make you feel like a piece of shit.
My question.
I was like, well, Mason, your question fucking sucks. You ignorant piece of shit.
That's a good question.
Maybe if you played the motherfucking game.
Idiot. God. You just slapped me in the face. Oh, God. God, we got to do a video podcast. One day.
I need to get a better webcam. My webcam's kind of shitty.
Yeah. Better than my webcam. I don't have one.
Yeah, I figured that's what you were going to say.
Yeah.
Mason, dude, what are you up to, man? What have you been playing recently?
Hanging out. Oh, I thought we were going to go like more broad than that, but then you made it about video games again.
Yeah, it's like we're doing a video game
It's all
podcast.
about video games with you, Ian.
That's all you care about.
Don't you ever just ask?
Care about me?
You never just ask me how I'm doing.
Pretty sure it's like the first thing I did when you walked in the door.
It's always straight to business with you, goddammit. I'm still sick.
All right. Yeah.
I apologize. I'm not.
You're not sick. Yeah.
Let's clear the water.
It's just that muscle is like stuck doing its thing.
It's just annoying. I finally got my prescription. It helped, but it hasn't totally solved the problem yet. So we're working our way through it. Games. Back to games. Very, very, very disappointing, boring week for me.
Really?
A lot of streaming, a lot of PUBG. I've been hard at work. Did we talk about the 3-day replay thing last week?
I don't think we went into it too much. No.
And I don't, as always, I don't want to make it the PUBG cast. I know that can be annoying. I annoy myself. So, what I've been doing, not just playing it. I mean, I have been playing it every time I've been streaming, just because Kevin and I have been kind of doing the duo stream thing, and it's been working really well. We've both been really consistent, which is good. PUBG added a 3D replay feature, where it'll automatically save the last 20 games of yours in the server and on your C drive on your computer.
20 games. That's
20 games. Well, what's kind of nice is it doesn't save everything. So it saves everything within like 200 yards of you.
Okay.
So it cuts down on data a lot. Like a full game was like 300 or 400 megabytes, which is a lot, but that's like a 30-minute game. So usually they're not that long.
No.
Majority of the time.
That's if you're doing really well. You're in the top 10, 15.
So what I've been doing with that is, in addition to the usual highlight videos, which you should go check out at youtube.com/ZeroHP. Is that how that works?
ZeroHP Crew, I think.
ZeroHP on the YouTube channel? No, the channel's just ZeroHP.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's probably know that.
It's zero. Probably.
I should probably know that.
It's ZeroHP without the space, because there's the other guy. The
random one that I always have to warn people about.
Who has way less videos than we do and way more subscribers, which I'm upset about. But it's just ZeroHP, no space. That's all right here. Boom.
Yep.
So I think it would just be youtube.com/ZeroHP. Go check them out.
It's
highlight videos.
Capital H as well. And I would like to capitalize that P. I thought that we had that.
Do it.
I thought that we did that.
Go check them out. But yeah, what I've been doing is messing with the 3-day replay. I want to get that integrated with the usual highlight videos for any game that we win. Because doing them for every game would be crazy.
Right.
Way too much editing that I'm just not willing to do quite yet. Nor do I have the time to. I've been doing that. We won a game the other night, so I've been messing around with that. I want to get some cool shots. I want to get like perspectives of the other teams as we're killing them.
Right.
Which would be really cool.
Very cool.
If they're in all chat.
To see them be like, oh.
If they're in game chat, I'd even be able to hear what they were saying, which would be interesting. Although I don't know if I'm like legally allowed to do that. I should be. I don't see any problem.
They're in an open public gaming space. I don't know.
Yeah, you're already giving up your rights, I guess.
Yeah.
But so that could be cool. I've been messing with that a lot. But really, really not much else going on.
I mean, that happens though. Like, this. I don't know about you, man. I hit this point this week early. I think it was Monday night. It was Monday night, and I realized that the next day was only Tuesday. Yeah. And it was one of those things, and I don't always feel that way. Sometimes I'm like, all right, here we go. Monday's down, you know. This was one of those weeks where I hit Monday evening, and it was like 9 o'clock, cause, you know, hour or two before I go to bed. I was like, oh my God. It's only Monday.
Yeah.
And like, Tuesday. I feel like I've worked 3 days over. It was, and the whole week was like that, dude.
Yeah.
Like, just like, oh,
for me,
it was so hard.
For me, I totally feel you, and I get the exact same thing.
I don't always feel that way.
But for me, I get it Thursday at work. Every Thursday, and every Friday. All day at work, it is extremely difficult for me to focus on anything.
Yeah.
On Thursdays, it's bad because I know I have to keep working because I have a whole nother day where I will get in trouble if I don't do anything. Friday, like, second half of my shift, I'm not doing shit.
Yeah.
At all. Like, right. It's just not happening. And I try to, I just can't think about anything else. And, like, the last hour of my workday, horrible.
It doesn't even move.
Horrible. Yeah, it doesn't move. There's no time.
I will say for my work environment is very, like, it's a big open office, and, you know, we're all sitting next to each other and just chatting.
Yeah.
And every office right around, like, 3 p.m., 2:30 p.m., it just gets really loud in there.
Really loud.
No one's working anymore.
Nope.
Everyone's standing, talking about whatever, laughing. So, like, it actually, the end of Friday is not bad at my job because people are just like,
hanging out.
Fuck it. And everyone just starts kind of sitting back and talking, laughing and joking. And, you know, obviously we have emails coming in we have to address. Yeah. But, I mean...
And if there's a potluck, forget about it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just not happening. I mean, everything. Yeah.
But, I was just talking about that kind of in relation to, like, sometimes the best antidote for that, the best medicine, if you will, for a week like that is something like what you're doing, which is fucking PUBG every day. And just, I don't want to think about anything. I want to get home and just fucking PUBG it up. Like, I get that totally. Totally.
And I don't mean to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
But I heard something really cool that I think you can not necessarily relate to, but you can appreciate as well, as much as I did. There's a guy by the name of Gary Vaynerchuk. Are you familiar with him?
No.
He's kind of a big, like, social media mogul guy.
Okay.
Nowadays, kind of Tony Robbins-ish, minus all the books.
Interesting.
He kind of transitioned into being, like, a motivational speaker. He's had, like, an immigrant upbringing and has just kind of taken over. And
toss him out!
Toss him out!
That's what we're all about now.
Get him out of here! Yeah, he's on the other end of the wall now. But no. Trump's wall. Trumplandia. Shout out.
I mean, it's going to be Mexico's wall because they're paying for it.
Oh, yeah. No, I forgot how that works. Duh. Politics are cool. No, but
I'd love to do a political podcast.
I listened to... You got the wrong guy.
I know.
Sorry, man. But no, I think you should absolutely do that. But he talks about how people always look forward to Friday. How you have 5 days of the week that you just want to ignore. And then you just wait for that day where you can enjoy life for 2 days and then go back to 5 days of hating your life. And, like, how that is so counterproductive. Mm-hmm. And I've recently, the last year of my life, tried to maintain this, like, thought process of productivity. Like, what am I doing? Like, what am I really doing? And I know, you know, we play a lot of video games, and some people might think that isn't doing anything. But I feel like when I'm doing these things that I am
That's only people who don't play games.
Totally. Anyone listening to this doesn't feel that way, but, like, you know what I mean. You know, more closed-minded people.
You and I have both made lists of games that we need to play. Like, it's a fucking
and that feels productive to me. And when I'm streaming, I feel productive. And when I'm when I'm creating the highlight videos and you're creating videos and we're recording this podcast, I feel really productive.
Me too.
So to your point, what I do, you know, at work, it just feels like a thing I need for money.
Yeah.
But, like, I try not to just wait for Friday anymore. I look forward to going home after work on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and, like, getting back to the quote-unquote grind, even though I love doing it. I wish I didn't need to sleep.
The kind of grind
that feels productive.
Want to do.
Yeah. Because, like, I don't know, and not to get too, like, crazy existential on this podcast, but, like, I was talking to this lady at work who I will not name, but she was telling me she's worked where I work for 24 years, and she's going to retire next year, and she will make $300 a month from her retirement payout.
It sounds like she didn't do a very good job.
Well, she either didn't do a very good job, or, like, that, it's just fucked.
Well, I mean, that, I don't know. I mean, I don't know her, but, like, she was not saving up for retirement. That's what I'm thinking. I've already got my 401k going, man. Like,
no, I do as well, and I just, just as an example, I mean, even if it was like $1,000 a month, I'm like, that's not something to look forward to at all.
No.
Like, so, not that anything we do is really helping financially, but it at least has that feeling, I feel, like of productivity and kind of staying.
Well, I think anything that's fun and can make you feel productive is also something that you'll probably look back on, even if you're not doing it anymore later on in your life, and be like, that was awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like right now I'm doing music. I'm back doing music again with Arthur. And like I have zero expectations of becoming a rock band. Right. You know what I mean? Like that's not the goal. The goal is to make music, which is what we love.
Which is what
one
you're
of
doing.
our great passions.
Yeah.
And it's like when I'm 75, if I make it that far, I'll be looking back like, oh man, I remember when I was really scared and I went up on a stage and I sang in front of a bunch of people.
Yeah,
that's crazy. I wrote an album.
Yeah.
And who cares if it didn't work out? Like that's just really cool shit that a lot of people would never do. You know what I mean? And same with streaming.
99% of people
same
won't
with
do it.
So, I created my own stream channel and I got suddenly I got a bunch of viewers and you know what I mean? And I built a community. Like that's not something a lot of people will do.
Right, yeah.
And I think that's what makes it fun and what makes it memorable is that you're pushing yourself beyond just living your little life of going home and
that whole I don't know what happened to me like a year ago, but I always like I think about it every day and like that whole idea of like wake up, work, go to sleep, wake up, work, go to sleep, and then die is like it just
horrific.
It eats at me. Dude. Every day I'm like, can't happen, can't do that. Like I wish I didn't have to sleep.
Yeah,
I
me
could
too.
Just do other shit.
Oh my god, if I didn't have to sleep.
But that like it gives me anxiety.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I'm gonna die. Okay, great. Let's like make something happen in the meantime. But yeah, you're right. Like even if this doesn't, we obviously, if we don't turn out to be these crazy big YouTubers or you don't pursue music, I don't pursue streaming, whatever. But like I think even it already has been a decent chunk of my life. I mean, not helping, but being a part of this YouTube project with you guys. And
hell yeah.
I mean, I think I've been
so glad
involved for like a year now. You guys have been doing it for like 3 years or something crazy.
And only 100 YouTube subscribers.
Dude, man, it's. I think, dude, I really believe 95% of it is just showing up, and then 4% of it is doing the thing, and 1% of it is luck.
Right.
Like, you know what
right.
I mean? And
absolutely.
We just gotta. We're consistent with it now. I think a lot more maybe than used to. I can't speak before I was involved, but things were kind of crazy for a while. I feel like.
I mean, the thing about a YouTube channel that I have learned as I've done it, over the years, is that, like, I don't know, you can get all this advice about, oh, you need to have this, you need to have that, you need to have that, but I feel like for the most part, as soon as I feel that I'm starting to do something outside of what I really, really want to do in order to try and gain subscribers, then it's gonna become work really quickly.
Totally.
And not that I don't want to maybe make some changes or find some things that we can do to get more subscribers. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be one or the other. But I think it's important to hold on to, like, what are we doing? Like, why are we doing this?
Yeah. I think you make a really good point. Like, I've heard people talk about how you can really boost your viewers by hosting, like, a particular format of conversation. But then there's people who are like, you can really boost your viewers by, like, kind of talking shit about people and causing controversy. And, like, that doesn't sound fun to me.
Not hell no.
But
Kevin can do that.
Yeah, Kevin is great at that. We should have a Kevin shit-talking podcast, and that would be huge. But one thing that I try to think of is, like, what are things that I look for in a YouTube channel? And I feel like there are quality of life things that we do now that are going to help a lot. Like when I mentioned consistency, that's like the number one thing everyone talks about.
Yeah.
If you don't do anything else, at least have it come out on the same day every week.
I wish we could get... I'd like to see if we can maybe try and figure out iTunes again.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, I stopped SoundCloud. So because I paid for it monthly.
Yeah.
I paid $15 a month for the storage. And we weren't getting one or no listens to all of them. And there are things, a Skaven campaign, the Skaven co-op campaign for Total War. I was enjoying it. But there's a lot of time involved in that.
Yeah.
And it got 3 or less views every time.
Right.
And that, to me, it's like, it's sort of this balance between saying and meaning. I don't care about views, and I don't, in the sense I'm like, I need, man, like, I want hundreds or thousands or millions of views, and all that matters is subs and views, and that's not true.
No, but you got to know where to invest your time. Yeah, you know what you're doing.
I mean,
you
if
know what I mean?
3 people, and usually I click on the link to get to it to make sure it's all looking good, so that's 1.
Right.
Which means that 2 people watched that Skaven campaign for maybe 20 minutes.
Right.
And I know 1 person watched the whole thing. Brett watches everything Total War that I put up.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, shout out to Brett.
So he's the 1 person really watching this video that Tim and I put a ton of time into.
Totally, yeah.
And it's just like,
I mean, that doesn't even include...
That doesn't inspire me to put it up.
Totally. No, I completely agree with you.
So I don't know. We're kind of going all over the place on this.
Fuck it, man.
It's good. It's a good conversation.
I feel like this is a conversation I've wanted to have.
This is awesome.
This is just a good place to do it. I wish Kevin was here. But I mean, I've had the conversation with him. I feel like you guys have had the conversation. Like, it's general knowledge we all have.
Yeah.
It's just about executing it, which I think we're doing.
Yeah, I don't know how we expand from the point that we're at right now. Kevin had some ideas about making cards, which I think is actually a very good idea, because it's got your exact link on there, it's got your Twitter, it's got all that. And we meet people all the time, at work and whatever.
So, go ahead, finish.
No, outside of that, I mean, I'm on Twitter. That's the other thing too, is that it does take some persistence in the face of just nothing.
Totally.
Like Twitter, I ask questions. Yo, what blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. That's my response. Yeah, I mean, who are you asking? You know what I mean?
I've got 130 people following me. Yeah. I don't know who the fuck they are, other than you and Taylor and I think Paul. Maybe Paul is on there.
Yep.
So I've got a few people, but I mean, no one responds to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? None of our stuff gets retweeted. None of our, and Facebook is like a desolate desert.
Facebook is dying, and that brought me to my next point. Not that it's huge, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, who are we to say Facebook is dying?
I don't use it hardly at all.
I don't use it either. I don't even have the app on my phone, which
Same. I purposely took it off.
Which I need to do, because like people are like, did you get the invite? And I have to remember every couple of days to go into Facebook. And
yeah.
But I felt better. I felt lighter.
I feel way better not having it on there.
Which is really weird. And
all
should
the political stuff getting shared. And I'm interested in politics, and don't worry, I'm not getting political.
No.
I'm interested in politics, but I'm someone who likes politics the same way I like history, which is not filtered through a bunch of fucking biased bullshit.
Yeah. And
very factual and very and it doesn't whatever it is doesn't have to be along my beliefs.
Yeah.
For me to accept it. Like it's not, and Facebook is just not about that. You know what I mean? It's just like people like, you fucking libtards and you motherfucking Trump Nazis and murder them. It's like, shut the it just gets to me, man.
Totally. No, I feel
like
the platform with Facebook might be a little too free. Like where with Twitter, you used an example, you have 240 characters you can use.
Yeah, even Twitter though, man.
No,
like,
okay, but it's all going to be a problem.
You go like a game, something for a game comes up, and like 3 things in, it's about like how awful women are or something. I'm just like, Jesus Christ! I just can't get away from.
And that's not Twitter's fault. That is just people. It's just a mirror.
It's
social
media. Yeah.
But what I was gonna say is you talked about Kevin bringing up the business card idea, which I think is a great idea.
Yeah, I like that.
And I'm obviously no one to take marketing advice from, but since I've been doing this Twitch thing, I've seen very little growth, but I have seen growth. So, like for example, there's a guy I follow on Twitch named Joseph Allen. He goes by Redneck Style. Redneck Style on Twitter as well. Give him some love if you can. He helped me out a lot when I was at like 4 followers. He jumped in and he followed me. I followed him back on Twitch and on Twitter. He was like, "Hey man, I don't know what it was that made him do that. I think he's a very optimistic guy." And he was like, "Let's play some Fortnite soon." I still haven't played with him, but I want to. He's doing a 24-hour stream here starting today.
Whoa!
But he showed me some love on Twitter. I showed him some love back. Even if. Like, if you're trying to stream, it's hard to be active in other people's streams because you're taking away from your stream time.
Yeah.
So what he does, which I do for a lot of people now, is he would jump into my stream and just say, "Hey, man, have a good stream, good luck." And I try to do that to more people now, and I've noticed that has increased my followers. I'm only at like 20 followers now or something on Twitch. It's whatever. But on Twitter, I'm at like 280. And so what I've been doing is a lot of that is me following people who just follow me back who I'll never associate with.
Sure.
But like I've been talking to people. I try to keep it positive. Same thing you're doing. I ask questions. I've just had a Twitter account a little bit longer. It's the only reason. But you're at like 130, which is crazy because last week I checked and you were at like 100 or something.
Well, I think a lot of it has. I know a lot of like a lot of different people. No, not personally, obviously. I know of. Let's use that phrase.
You know them.
I know of a ton of people in the gaming industry, off the top of my head. I mean, developers, publishers, YouTubers, Twitch. I just follow them all.
Yeah.
Not out of any kind of like follow me back.
No.
I wanted to create. Every time I get onto Twitter with our ZeroHP account, there's a gaming world there.
Totally.
So I've got Jim Sterling and Bruce Straley and Colin and like all of these major names and Holly from PlayStation, like all of these they're from different. They don't even know each other.
Yeah.
But it's this big gaming community, and like I think because I do that and I retweet stuff and I comment and I say things, you're going to organically get people who click on you and look at you.
100%. What's really cool about Twitter, actually kind of a bad thing as well, because if you find yourself looking at it like I do, you can view how many impressions your tweet has and how many impressions your comment has and your like stuff like that. You can view how many people actually saw it.
Right.
So then you can gauge, what do I do that makes more people get involved
what
with that.
What have been the most seen things so far.
Totally. So yeah, it's a crazy thing. I think it's all about time and consistency. You know what I mean? There's really nothing else. We jumped up subscribers a little bit on the YouTube channel.
We get like one a week now.
Yeah, which is awesome.
Because we were at like 99 like 3 weeks ago or a month. And it was like 100, 101, 102, 103, like once a week, all the way through. So I don't know why that is.
Which I honestly think could be attributed, because it's not our Facebook reach. That hasn't changed.
There's no reach.
I honestly think it's because you and I are on Twitter, sharing those videos. You're constantly on Twitter under the ZeroHP name.
That's the only Twitter I have.
Yeah, exactly. And I try to go in and share as many ZeroHP videos as I can. I have the highlight videos that I share on there. I have the podcast that I share on there. I need to add our link to my bio as well. I have my Twitch on there, but not the YouTube. Yeah, I think it's all that. I think it's all helping. I think we have a broader reach now, and we're finally taking advantage of it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. Yeah, it's been fun, dude. I really, I like being, telling someone that, like, I have a YouTube channel, and if they come to our YouTube channel, I mean, it's got like hundreds of videos on.
We're at like 400 videos.
There's so many things on here that people can look at. I'm definitely proud of the content.
Yeah,
especially if you go back and look at the first couple videos.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wouldn't say all of it is prime time tier A content,
but that's awesome.
No, yeah,
that we have these shit asshole videos. In the beginning, the shitty asshole videos that need to be wiped off the probably.
I think you need those
internet.
I think they're humbling.
But then go to the stuff that we make now, like something that I'm like personally proud of that I do, and I'm gonna be totally honest. I wish more people would watch stuff that I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, like people I know. And I've been I've been the perpetrator of that before, of being a friend with someone who's in a band or on a YouTube or has a podcast, and I want to support them, but for whatever reason you don't.
Totally.
Does that, what I mean?
That's mine and Jimmy's
that's awesome.
Whole relationship. I've known ever since I've known him. Obviously, he's been in a band. I've never seen one of their shows, but I love that he's in a band.
Yeah, so
I love that he's doing
that. And see, that's part of it. I feel like I've always wanted to go to his shows as many as I can. I mean, sometimes I'm exhausted whenever I don't go, but listen, I've gone to a ton of his shows, but like I feel like I put a lot of time into it, and I've made some pretty good stuff that I think like literally no one has ever seen, and I'm like, man, that sucks. I would really like feedback from people. People I know, like in our group that I know have just never watched any of our stuff. Yeah, and that's I don't hold them like I'm not like assholes,
right?
Fuck you guys, because I've been there before. But I do at the same time. I think about it. I'm like, man, like I wish, like I made this really really cool. I think it was cool. I made a documentary about Elder Scrolls Online.
It's fucking awesome.
Got like 11 views.
Yeah,
and I don't think any. You watched it. I think Kevin watched it. And I remember talking to people about it, and like no one else saw it.
The Game of the Year video too.
I was like,
no
one else
saw this. You put a fuckload of work into that, and we were all a part of it, and it didn't get crazy views, but it was put together like with music and everything. Like it looked really good. It wasn't. I think a big part of it is like length as well. A lot of people don't want to watch a 2-hour video.
Sure.
But that was what, like 8 minutes or something.
It was a little longer, it was like 14 minutes.
But it was constantly.
Crazy. I mean, that 14 minutes is not that. I don't know. I mean. I understand that there's a lot of people who don't have like a long attention span.
Totally, yeah.
But still, I don't know. It's just one of those things I've always thought of. I'm like, I wonder why people who know that I do this, what are they not interested in?
I don't know. I think everyone's got their thing. I mean, I think there's people who probably aren't into Total War. I feel like Total War has, I don't want to call it like a niche following. Could you call it that? Like, how many people do you know compared to the amount of people you know who like games?
Well, here's that. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is niche. When you compare it to Call of Duty, it's niche.
Well, I mean, not. Yeah, and I'm like, is it quiche? Like,
I think it's niche.
It's not quiche. Yeah, I don't know if Call of Duty is the best benchmark, but
that's the benchmark. That's the benchmark for popularity in gaming.
Right.
The thing about Total War is there's two things about Total War. If you can just get someone to click on it, they're gonna think, and they like games, they're gonna think it's cool.
Yeah.
With the battles.
Oh, for
and
sure.
Werewolves and like, you know what I mean? It's cool shit.
But go ahead.
The other thing about it is it has a big online following. There's a lot of YouTubers out there that are making a living off of Total War.
Right.
It's got a very dedicated, pretty large following of people who like to watch Total War.
Totally.
The problem is, I'm not anywhere near as good as the guys who are famous and doing it for a living.
So, yeah, it's hard because you have to like wiggle your way into that community. You know what I mean? Because like everyone in the Total War community is probably following those guys.
But it really, I feel like people just need to give stuff like a half a second.
Totally.
I know so many people that were like, they're like, Total War, what's that? And I know them, and like, if you just play it, and then they'd play it, and they'd be like, this is fucking awesome! Yeah. Like, they just gotta do it. Like, I don't mean you necessarily.
No.
Because you got a bunch of shit going on.
Yeah.
But anyone, especially people who are kind of like nerdy like us, to, like, Total War is, like, so easy to get into.
Yeah.
I just don't know how.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've never met anyone in our realm who doesn't think giant battles are cool. You know what
I just don't. It's got such easy appeal to me, like, of our demographic of YouTubers we're trying to access.
The argument would be for a game like Rome, like Total War, like, okay, if you're not crazy on history, right, you can feel undermined by the people playing the game who are into history when they're like, oh, do you even know what you're doing?
Right.
But then with a game like Warhammer, which I feel is aimed at those people, where like, you know what dragons are, you know what vampires
Skeleton
are.
warriors.
Get in here and fuck shit up.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you should do. I think you're right. I think it's about reach. You know what I mean? And just give it a try. How many times have you seen a podcast or heard about a person, and then you were like, that person wouldn't interest me at all? Then you go to their YouTube channel, and it's now your number one thing that you look forward to watching every night. Like that.
Well, I mean, and I've been doing that recently. Like, when someone suggests something to me, I just immediately try it. That's like the thing I'm trying to do.
It's a crazy way to live life.
Tim just told me, check out Italian Spartacus. He's a YouTuber who does, he's a lore guy for Warhammer Universe.
Yeah.
I don't know that much about Warhammer. He just told me about him earlier this week. And I watched the video, loved it, subscribed, and I'm like listening and learning all this lore about Warhammer. It's really fucking cool lore. I'm into it now. You know, it took nothing. It took me 2 minutes to just go and just try it out and listen to it for a second.
The best example.
But there's something there that people are like, oh,
you just gotta
I can't do
plug it in, man. Just make the connection. I mean, the best example. We'll end it. We'll end this conversation on this if you want.
Yeah, that's all good.
The best example I can think of is like when we started hanging out, like 2 or 3 years ago at your apartment, and you showed me Kind of Funny on YouTube. Right, that was my first exposure to like whatever a podcast was. I had no idea what a podcast was. And if you had told me what it was, it would sound like the biggest waste of time of my entire life. Guys talking to each other, why would I give a shit about that? Like, why aren't things exploding?
Yeah.
Why aren't we shooting things? Like, let's make it happen. And then we would just listen to those guys while we would like play Magic or whatever, or whatever we were doing at the time. Literally doing that has like, and it's gonna sound dramatic, and I'm really not exaggerating, has like completely altered the direction of my life.
Yeah.
100%, without a doubt, because especially those guys in particular, because their whole thing was leaving their company to pursue what they liked doing. Not that they didn't like their company, but pursue kind of the freelance thing.
Right.
That's not a good word either, because that means you're not getting paid, right?
Freelance, it means you're unassociated.
You know what I mean.
I do know what you mean. To create their own version of what they're already doing.
Exactly. You know? And that podcast led me to other podcasts, which led me to like the Joe Rogan podcast, which made me a fan of MMA, which has changed my whole freaking... Now I'm obsessed with MMA, and that brought me to other podcasts. You should get a podcast that gets you in the NFL, because I really think you'd like football. It gets me in. I don't have any more room for football, but I really would. I'm sure I would like football if I had the right exposure to it. But it's just, and now that's why I was so interested when you told me you guys did a podcast. That's why I wanted in, and I probably made that very clear, which is probably why you let me in, which is probably why I'm here now, which is And doing this is the reason I wanted to try Twitch.
But you're the only other person I know that listens to a shit ton of podcasts.
Crazy amounts of podcasts. And I think we brought up our list before. We each have like 25 podcasts that we listen to, and it takes up an insane amount of time. But,
well, that's why I enjoy having a 17-mile each way commute.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I'm like 20 minutes away from work, so literally there and back, that's what I'm doing. If I can throw a headphone in at work, that's what I'm doing. If I'm in the shower, I'm listening to a podcast.
Yep, same.
If I'm working out,
doing dishes, cooking,
dishes for sure.
showering, exercising.
Really weird, dude.
Anything.
But yeah, it's awesome. But yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. It's crazy. You know what I mean?
Well, it's kind of an organic conversation about like what the fuck we're doing here. You know what I mean? and sometimes I do think of it like damn, I've loved doing this, but what is it that I like about it, and why is it that I have the gall to make a podcast like people want to hear what I'm saying? I mean, how many people really listen to this? We get, about 10 every time?
I mean, an average
there's got to
of 10
be,
for sure.
8 people probably listening?
At least like 7 or 8 who actually
I know Tim
care.
listens to them.
Yeah, Jeff listens to all of them.
Does he really?
At work, every day.
I just don't talk to Jeff enough.
Not every day, I'm sorry, but every week. Like, he'll chat, because I talk a lot of shit about Jeff on the podcast.
Yeah, we both do.
And I get chats from him every, Wednesday when he'll listen to it, like, what did I say about him last time? I think we were talking about PUBG, and he's like, "Oh, I loot too much."
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
you do loot too much, you piece of shit. But
that's funny. I hadn't that's the thing. So I was just saying, I don't think anyone watches my videos. Maybe they're watching them, and I just have no fucking clue. Yeah. And not that I'm looking for Ian. Your videos are so good. That's not what I want. I don't give a shit about that. But just to know, I would just love it if one of my friends that would just be like, "Dude, I saw your ESO video, man." Yeah. That's crazy. I didn't know that about ESO. You know what I mean? Just talk. I don't know. Comment on the fucking video or something. Just give me some feedback here. I want to bounce things off of people who are. If there's someone out there that's experiencing our content, like Indy Jones for a while there, Matt for a while there, were it was really cool. They were commenting, and I would comment back. I liked that. That would be really cool if there are a lot of people doing it.
Totally, yeah. I mean, and people are gonna come and go, and
of course.
And if you just think about it, generally, the amount of people who comment positively is so low. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love a lot of things. I don't comment on anything. You know what I mean? On Twitter, I'll make comments, but when's the last time you left a YouTube comment? You know what I mean?
Yeah, YouTube is so brutal.
It's super brutal. The comment section of YouTube is the worst place in the digital universe.
Yeah,
maybe even the physical universe.
It's horrific.
It is not a good place to go if you want to feel optimistic about anything. But
awful.
Yeah, it's a terrible place. On any video.
Yeah, any video.
It's crazy.
It could be cute little puppies running around, and someone's gonna figure something out.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird spot for sure.
I don't know, man. That's just the internet. That's why I just don't like to hang out on social media too much. It's not that I don't think social media is good. It's good and it's bad.
Yeah,
it's like anything else. Mm-hmm. But it's rough for me. I don't like using it generally. I don't mind it as ZeroHP because I'm sort of it's kind of like a disambiguation of my. It's not me. It's hard for me. Sometimes I'll see something from Seattle Sports or whatever. I want to follow it.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I'm ZeroHP, not Ian.
You should make your own personal Twitter.
Yeah, but then I'm worried.
Don't be active. Just follow things.
Yeah.
To be kept up. You know what I mean? Seattle, if somebody gets injured or something like that. Not you wouldn't find out anyway.
I would know anyway. Yeah, but I know what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
So yeah, man. I hope we'll keep. I mean, we're gonna keep doing podcasts.
Totally. And one quick thing, I'd forgotten and I wanted to bring it up. Doing podcasts and listening to podcasts is changed one huge thing in my life, and that's appreciating conversation.
How to listen for me.
How to listen is huge, and not just for you, for me as well, and for everybody who listens to podcasts and who does a podcast. You can tell a difference in the way people have a conversation on a podcast than the way they do at work. Because at work, they're just who's louder? Make noises! And that's why at work, I don't talk.
I was like that when we started. I was cutting you off left and right. I still cut you off sometimes. But when we started, you'd be like, oh, I'm Ian! And I'm here to talk!
There was...
and then, and you have to hear yourself.
Totally.
To go, holy shit, I'm an asshole.
There was a little bit of that. But
a lot of it.
But it's just... I feel like this is a great way to sharpen that.
Yeah.
And you can tell someone is a good conversationalist when they can take in everything the other person is saying and then respond to it and then come up with their own thing, which is what we do, and I think it helps a lot. But like you talked about, why do we like doing the podcast? I honestly like doing it because when else are we literally going to sit in a room with nobody else? We throw our phones across the room.
Yeah.
When would that happen?
Well, I'm not attached to my phone.
No, but I mean, we'll look at it like, someone texts me, all right, whatever. But like, there's no other situation in which this would ever happen.
I wouldn't mind someday doing, like, I like the idea of going to a pub or just hanging out at someone's house and having a bucket at the front door. Everyone puts their phones in it, and you put that
that'd be
bucket
cool.
away.
Yeah,
like
that'd be interesting.
I really don't like phones.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I like same as social media, man. They're great, but they're awful too at the same time.
Yeah. I think it speaks more to like the personality rather than, you know, the platform. It's for social media, not for phones. Phones are like dopamine machines that you just can't let go, and like for a lot of people. But like, it's hard because like a lot of the group has kids and
exactly.
family,
You can't
so, you know,
exactly. You can't realistically. Yeah. I like the principle of taking the phones away, but reality strikes quick.
I'm sorry. Let's talk about games. Like, I apologize. What have you been playing, Ian? That was my whole portion.
That was our intro. That was our intro to the podcast. No, that was awesome, man. That's why we podcast. Dude, so I finally fucking did it. I finally did it.
Oh, no.
My orc
on
Xbox is level 50.
Woo! How do you feel?
The game is uninstalled. I moved to PC.
The game is uninstalled, gone. I got the achievement. I got the 20 gamer score, and we're good to go.
Yeah, I got the gamer score that like 2% of gamers have unlocked or whatever it is.
Oh, that is kind of nice. I like that they added that.
Yeah,
I like
it's
that
like
a
rare achievement. A little diamond comes up. It's like, whoa! You're like, damn!
Holy shit!
So special.
I remember when we played Battlefield. I just completely by luck killed like 4 guys with a grenade, and I got one of those, and I was like, Ian, what just happened?
It's like this. Talk about dopamine. That one, like,
shiny.
Xbox is the only gaming platform that has a reward system that means something to me.
To you. I was gonna say, careful. A lot of people like trophies, but
I was not. Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
I don't mean in general.
Gotcha.
To me, it's the only one, and not. I don't know. Maybe because it's the first one that I started.
Yeah.
But I just like I don't hunt for achievements. But God, when I get one, I'm like, yeah. Let's listen to that. Woo, comes up, my points go up. And
I didn't even mean to
hold
get that.
down, look and see what it is. I'm like, I did that. I don't know. I love achievements.
That makes sense.
I fucking love achievements.
So you're on PC.
Yeah, so I hit 50. I uninstalled it, and I started on PC. Played a little bit here and there. Started a character. Subscribed to ESO Plus via Steam. All that. But I didn't play it that much. I got to like level 8 or 9. And then yesterday was the first time I ever played, of all over 100 hours of time I put in the ESO. I've really never played with friends more than couple times.
Yeah.
And yesterday, it's me and Tim and his brother Mike and Taylor.
Oh yeah, you guys
were running dungeons.
Woo!
And it was so much fun. That game
it's the way it's meant to
such
be, man.
Fucking blast. Yeah. And it's still fun single player. That's why I love that game. Is you can play it any way you want to at any time. And I will do both. You know what I mean? I'll play single player and I'll play multiplayer. But it was just like, we were running through this dungeon, and I started level 9, and when you're playing single player only, like I was playing on Xbox, it takes anywhere between, I'd say, 30 minutes to an hour at most to level up. I mean, that's on the long side.
Okay.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
About a half an hour to level up. I played for 2 hours last night and went from level 9 to 15.
Holy shit.
Because those dungeons, you know, you're fighting these really powerful enemies that give you a shit ton of experience, and there's multiple quests inside the dungeon.
Yeah.
And finishing quests gets you a lot of experience. So when you finish 2-3 quests in a single dungeon and you fight 3 or 4 different powerful bosses, I mean, you get the same amount of experience as everyone else does, even though you're by far the worst person in there.
Yeah.
And I was just leveling. It was just firing off, man. It was crazy. So now I'm all inspired to like create more characters.
Hell yeah!
I think I'm gonna recreate Durs, my orc from Xbox.
I was like, I don't know who
Durs
that is.
Gracchus. my orc. The Durs, as I call him.
The dirt to dur.
The
I
Durs.
like it.
So I'm thinking about recreating him and just playing him again on PC.
Okay.
Because we don't have a tank.
Gotcha.
So he was a tank, and
even when I jump in, I'm rogue. So yeah, we need a tank.
Cool. You should really think about jumping. It's
was
not even so much.
Think about. No, I had a blast the one night we played, and then I absolutely intend to play. I keep waiting for like that fateful night where everyone's like, "We doing this? We doing this? Go!
We were there.
Like, yeah, I know.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm like all fucking inspired to play ESO now. I want to create my other characters and run around and play. And just I was seeing Taylor's got a couple characters that are pretty high.
Oh yeah.
Mike is like an encyclopedia for that game. Like he knows it down to like the systems and stuff. Like he's like, if you take a left step here, you'll. Yeah, he's
what?
Yeah, that's like all he plays.
All right,
it's crazy.
Cool.
Apparently, there's something about the Shelton brothers. Like Tim.
Yeah, but is Tim?
Tim just plays Total War.
Oh, you mean like as far as like being obsessed?
That's just what they do. Mike plays ESO.
I can speak to that right now, man. I feel it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
PUBG.
Yeah.
I mean, we did the math. Tim in the franchise Total War, since getting into it like a few years ago, Tim has over 1,300 hours in Total War as a franchise. I've been playing it for almost twice as long as he has, and I have 660 hours in Total War.
All of them.
And, yeah.
Wow.
Not including the original Rome, which I never had on Steam. I had it way back on physical disc.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And that had a lot. I probably have like 800 hours total on Total War.
Christ.
And he has 1,300.
That's nuts.
And I think it's hilarious when Tim talks to me like I just started. He's like, "Don't worry, you'll get better." I'm like, "Dude, I've played Total War for 800 hours. Like, just because you have 1,300 doesn't mean that I don't have 800.
You'll get there, buddy.
Yeah, holy shit.
Only 500 more hours to go.
Yeah, and then I'll finally be there.
But he'll still be 500 above you. So.
I know, more than that probably.
Yeah.
So like right now, ESO is like, I'm at that point where I'm at work. I'm just like, so I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, that's how you know you got it, man.
So I'm into that shit. But there's some stuff. There's a couple things coming out that I'm gonna be busy actually here soon.
Okay.
Between ESO, next week on the 23rd, 2 expansions for 2 beloved games are coming out that I really want to play.
Hit me.
So I'm going to have to probably only play one at a time.
Okay.
So the first one I'm going to get is for Warhammer 2.
Okay.
Oh, God, I'm excited. Tomb Kings.
Tomb Kings.
Yep.
Okay.
They're a new race. I mean, not new to Warhammer, but new to the games.
Right.
So, like, the cool thing about Warhammer, the universe, just whether you're talking about the video games or the tabletop or whatever, their lore, I mean, it's fantasy, but it's all based loosely on real cultures. And like, if you look at the world map of Warhammer, it's just a twisted version of Earth.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And they kind of
cool.
like apply things to history. So it's like this weird kind of merging. I mean, if you don't care or know anything about history, it's not going to hurt you.
Yeah.
But if you do, it adds a whole nother like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's interesting. It's like the Bretonnian Knights, or like the classic French chivalry knight.
Oh, gotcha.
You know, my liege.
My liege.
You know what I mean? Like that whole...
My mushroom.
The lady of the lake.
My Sherpa. I remember the word.
You did.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, you said Sherpin and all kinds of stuff in that video.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you messed it up pretty bad.
Yeah, it happens, man.
And then you've got all these different factions. So, like, the Empire, like, kind of like the Germans of the Middle Ages, like the Holy Roman, like you know the look, the big like bag hat thing that hangs to the side.
The bag
like,
hat.
You know what I'm talking about? Like,
I know
like
the big fedora.
and the puffy sleeves, you know, the puffy shoulders, and
Yeah.
So they borrow things, and even the vampire counts are from like Transylvania. I mean, you know what I mean? Like their homeland is called Sylvania. Like it's on purpose. It's very like a thin adaptation. So the Tomb Kings were the like first great empire of the world in Warhammer, and they created massive pyramids and sphinxes. So they're like Egypt, right?
Yeah.
So they built this huge, incredible empire that spanned like the whole world, like thousands of years before the games, and then they are all these different kings that had different, like they all ruled their own areas. And then eventually this one single king, as they started to kind of fall and bicker and fight and have civil wars, this one guy named Cetra comes out and unleashes hell because he's tired of everyone bickering and we need to be one great nation. And he's like a religious zealot, and he's like Alexander. He just reconquers everything, and like he gets everything united. And he's like obsessed with living forever, and he like creates this cult of necromancers, so kind of, who are trying to figure out how to bring him back from the dead. They don't figure it out in time. He dies. He's very mad about that. He dies. He's like, don't worry, we'll bring you back when we figure it out, right? Well, in the meantime, the first ever necromancer, Nagash is his name.
Nagash!
And you'll see that a lot in the game, in the menus and stuff.
Okay, yeah.
You'll see, like, there's, like, a whole, like, magical skill line the vampires have. They're, like, the Book of Nagash and all this stuff. And he comes in and he does the same thing that Cetra did, except for it's for his own gain, as he starts to kill everyone in the whole, like, in the populace and resurrect them. Like, he starts creating an army of undead.
Yeah.
He's the first guy to ever do that.
Yeah.
A bunch of shit goes down. He runs away. The whole civilization collapses on itself, and they're gone forever. But they figure out how to get Cetra back. And so they wake him up, and he's like a skeleton. And he wakes up. To him, he went to sleep, and then he wakes up, and it's been thousands of years, and his whole civilization has been destroyed, and there's all these other civilizations around, and that's where you take place in the game. And you can play as him, and you can play as a few different guys.
So you can play as him and try to recover.
So they're like undead Egyptian warriors, and they have, like, you can bring the souls back of ancient Nehekaran is what they're called, Nehekaran warriors. Mm-hmm. And they put the souls inside these constructs. And they look like Anubis and Horus, the golden and black metal.
Kind of the weird horse.
Yeah, there's the dog one, the dog one, and the eagle one. And they have, like, blades for hands. So, like machine constructs that, like, slice through infantry.
What?
And they have, like, this giant scorpion, huge, like, tank. And it can bury underground and come up into the infantry and just slices everything up. And
Jesus.
I'll show you some videos.
Yeah.
It looks so fucking fun. So that comes out on Tuesday. That was my short version.
That's the...
So that guy that Tim told me about.
The Reader's Digest version.
The guy that Tim told me about, who does all the lore, that's where I learned all that.
Yeah.
He does a good job of making it very entertaining. And it was just awesome, dude. It was so cool. So that comes out next Tuesday. So I took Wednesday off.
Yeah.
And so did Tim.
My dude.
And we are going to record, like, probably 6-7 episodes.
Hell yeah.
Of a campaign that we're going to do.
Hell yeah.
So every Friday, starting next Friday, Tomb Kings is going to be our next Total War Friday.
Perfect.
So
hell yeah.
That was the one of them. And then the next one that I'm really pumped, coming out next Tuesday, so I'll have to wait till I get paid probably. The Hidden Ones DLC for Assassin's Creed Origins.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I was like, okay, well, I wonder what this is. It's only $10. Which is cool.
I feel like... Okay, is it just me, or is that quick for the DLC to come out? When did the game come out?
October 28th.
Is that pretty quick?
November, December, January. 3 months.
I feel like isn't it usually like a 6 months to like...
Yeah, but I think it's kind of small.
Okay.
Which is why it's only $10.
Okay, yeah. Yeah,
that
like
makes 3 or 4 hours or whatever.
That makes sense.
It just ups the level cap to 45.
Okay.
And then basically the reason I'm excited about it, the thing, remember when I was saying, like, about Horizon, the one thing about Frozen Wilds I didn't love was the fact that it took place, like, right before the end of the game.
Yeah.
Because when you beat the game, it rewinds a little bit of time because a lot changes, in the world. So it was like, I didn't like that. I didn't like the fact that she hadn't already gone through the experience that I know she's going to go through.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So this takes, you basically have to have beaten the story to play it. It takes place after the game's over.
Okay.
And I won't spoil because I know that you're playing the game. But
yeah.
Obviously, the whole point of this game is how the Assassin's Creed Order was created, right?
Uh-huh.
So the DLC, the Hidden Ones...
Origins.
Origins,
right.
yeah. The DLC is about him, like, founding the Order, literally.
Oh.
Because the whole game is about him, like, slowly discovering, like, he believes in this and he believes in that and he learns this and he learns that and he's like kind of accidentally creates the creed over the events of the game.
Yeah.
And at the very end, he's like, I know what we have to do, right? Like that's the thing. So he's now, it takes place like, I don't know, like a year later or something like that. So it fast forwards time and there's a whole new story now. It's like I love that it's like a post main campaign addition to the main story. So I'm super fucking excited for that one too.
Hell yeah.
There's a lot of DLCs coming out.
Yeah, Jesus.
I'm really excited for that, actually, a lot. We have 108 subscribers, by the way.
Whoa!
So that's pretty cool. I wonder if one
Shout
of
out to all 108 of you. Well,
I know, right?
103, because I'm one of them.
I'm one of them.
I think Kevin's one of them.
So 3 of us. 105.
My girlfriend's one of them.
No, she counts.
She counts? All right, shout out to you.
Only the people who create the content.
Oh,
You can't
okay.
count that. That would be kind of ridiculous.
Gotcha.
Hey, Doug from work. Doug Giglio.
Giglio.
If you're listening to this, thank you, good sir.
Blade.
And I'll see you on Monday.
Shout out to
it's
Blade.
Tuesday already. I don't know who Blade is.
But it still deserves a shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's cool when you don't know who they are.
Yeah. We're not going to see you, but
right?
Well, we might.
Yeah.
I mean, this could be a anonymous.
Dude, maybe someday we'll be so big that we can do what Kind of Funny does and just have
a meet and greet.
Zero HP live.
Hey, show up at Red Robin.
Wouldn't that be cool? Just have just fill a convention center with people who want to see you talk about video games.
Literally shit my pants. I couldn't do it. I mean, I might be able to do it.
Literally?
I might have to start drinking. Yeah,
let's think about that word.
Listen to me, Ian. Literally shit my pants.
Really?
And then do
like
the podcast.
You would poop in your pants.
I would defecate.
Why would you poop in your pants?
I would make sure to eat a fiber-heavy meal 24 hours ahead of time, defecate cleanly into my pants.
Cleanly? There's nothing clean about that.
Cleanly.
That sounded like you just shit your pants right now?
I'm practicing.
It sounded like you just shit your pants right now.
Like this.
See how clean this is, motherfucker? Oh my god.
Man, I haven't talked about shit on a podcast since After Dark episode 1.
I was going to say, After Dark, man.
That died.
So
we took that bitch out back and shot her in the head.
What I want to ask about that, though, is that then you had the thing where you guys were going to play games.
Yeah, which I want to do again.
Okay.
I missed that a lot. So,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, please.
All I was going to say, don't forget what you were going to say.
I won't.
Okay, all I was going to say was After Dark was not executed well. We took it out back. We shot it in the mouth. And it deserved it. Right in the mouth. Ian, in the mouth.
Violent.
And then I shot my pants. I meant to say shit my pants, and it went in a different direction. So then we began the Let's Play kind of series, which we still kind of had weirdly named After Dark in a weird way.
Yeah.
Not a lot of organization going on there. Where I would go over to Kevin's. This is pre me having a PC, obviously.
Right,
and we would either play PUBG or another game we started. That one game, whose name I don't remember the name of, where you're a detective, but you're dead.
Oh,
Someone killed your
body...
Murdered
soul suspect.
Which is actually a blast, and we didn't keep playing that. Then what happened was I got a PC, and we were like, well, if we're going to do Let's Plays, we're playing PUBG right now, we can just do that. We'll just upload whatever. And I was like, oh, this is a cool opportunity for me to learn how to edit.
Yeah.
So I started doing that, and it became the Twitch highlights.
Sure.
I would like to do the Twitch highlights and then bring back the Let's Plays and do both of them. I'm not going to stop doing the Twitch highlights because I love doing them.
No, please. I
love them. And I'm super glad you enjoy them.
I
literally just want one person to like them.
They literally... I use the word literally. Ugh.
Ian, let's talk about that word.
Well, I mean, except for they absolutely made me want to play the game.
Good.
I didn't really want... I thought PUBG was cool, but not my thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I watched you guys play it. I'm like, this looks so much fun. I want to play.
Cool. I'm glad. That's all I want. But yeah, I really want to bring back the Let's Play thing, honestly, because now I never see Kevin.
Right.
Because everything we do together is digital.
Yeah.
Which is a problem, I'm sure. And it was fun. It was funny both being there. You know what I mean? There's a different kind of banter that goes on when you're physically in the same room than when you're playing a game. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And there is a totally different thing to that. And that's what I was going to talk about. Because I want to get this on... record.
Are we talking about it?
I want to talk about it.
Are we dropping the knowledge?
I really, really, really want to do an entire thing. That's the thing. The whole game.
The whole game.
Dark Souls.
Remastered.
You and me.
Webcam.
Playing the game as a Let's Play once a week.
Oh, man. We can make that work.
So fucking
We can make that work.
There's so much there to
For sure.
For a Let's Play.
For sure. So the plan, since we're talking about it to the people, is we're going to switch off with every death. What we can do, which I've learned
You're going to play a lot.
No.
Telling you right now. You're the Sherpa in here.
The whole game's just me.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's just you getting up.
I'm over here with like my little...
Ian, can you go get me a drink?
Yeah.
Go, Mason! Ian, wipe my brow. You're just wiping my brow throughout the game. You're massaging me.
You got this.
I think we can do cool stuff with it. I've learned how to add like death counters and stuff, which we
cool.
can add to that, which would be really funny. Because
totally.
by the end of the game, we'd be at like 4,000.
We should do death counters.
We could do dual death counters.
So Ian died this many times. Though, like by the end, I just won't want to do it. I'll be like,
you're like,
all right, I'll take it and run off the cliff. Here you go. Go fight the boss. No, I won't do that. I won't do that.
And if we do get the kind of experience out of this that we want, we can turn that into like a separate highlight video, which would be funny. Because I'm assuming each or just cut them up.
We could do highlights instead if you prefer,
and just cut it up to like a 15-minute video for each.
The best Let's Play I've ever watched in my whole life was a straight up
full on
playthrough.
Right? Yeah. Which I kind of like. I like the purity of it as well. Especially for that game.
You have to play like an hour each episode.
Yeah, for that game, there's not a lot of downtime. So, like, I think it works.
Whereas, it does. There's no, like dialogue.
With a game like PUBG, a lot of your time is spent sitting in a corner.
That's very,
Or, like you said, with dialogue as well.
Very true.
So, yeah, we can make that work for sure.
Yeah.
And like you said, keep each one like an hour long. It's going to take us a hell of a long time to beat it.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, there are times where, I mean, it would basically replace Dead Space.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We do a podcast, and then we just do an hour of that.
That's true. We would just record it, yeah.
Yeah, and then there might be times where we can, like, oh, dude, we're both off on this random Monday. Let's get together and do 4 hours.
I was going to say, we knock out 4 or 5 of them. Yeah, for sure.
Which is like what we're going to do Wednesday, when I'm doing Wednesday with Tim. We're just going to play it all day long.
We should definitely.
And just split them into hours.
Maybe we can do... Because I'm trying to think of like how to give people a shorter version. Maybe if they don't want a longer. So we do the hour episodes.
Yeah, we could do either or.
No, but I'm thinking, and then, so we do like 1 a week, right?
Okay.
And then once a month, we do like highlights of our Dark Souls series. You know what I mean? Like, you know, scratchy.
I was going to twist, but I don't
twist, you don't have that. No, and coming
I'm not
from
that
me.
Kind of hipster.
Look at me. Come on. Jesus Christ. I can't twist anything on my body. Bazinga! So, I mean, that's something we could do. I at least got a chuckle out of Ian, which is all I strive for in life. But yeah, we can make that work. Even if we just did the hour... That would be a blast.
Yeah, I just like, because I'm going to forget the camera's there, and I'm going to get really into that game.
Yeah.
And I'm going to die. I'm going to get really fucking mad about it. And that's great. So I'm going to get a better webcam before then.
You know what I'm thinking as well? And your webcam's good.
It's okay.
You don't need to rush.
It squeezes the screen because it's not high enough resolution. I think it's 720.
Oh, okay.
I need to get I need to get a real
up to 1080 at least. You don't need 4K or some bullshit. But goddamn, what was it? Oh, because I'm there, you won't be allowed to quit. You know how, like you said, you can get to a point where...
I've always wanted that. And I'd like, if it works out, I'd like to keep doing that.
Yeah.
Keep playing.
Get through 1, 2, 3, 2,
3, whatever.
Woo! You know.
Years other hard games?
Yeah. We'll make this happen.
We could create some kind of show around it.
It'll be a nice kind of change of pace, too, because I think it's cool that we keep adding new things. I don't want to just get stuck in, like, the podcast, Total War, PUBG.
Exactly. Doing the safe things that we know and love. But I also do that consistency is important, and then you throw in doing those.
Spice, yeah. We just got to mix it up.
Throw in a little bit of spice.
Bam!
Throw in a little bit of spice, motherfucker.
That was really black. Who's the chef who's like, bam?
Emerald Lagasse.
Go bam! It's not Guy Fieri. Is he even a chef? Does he count as a chef?
Yes.
Really?
Well, I mean, he owns restaurants. He owns restaurants.
So he has money.
He's a cook.
Is he though?
He is. He has a cooking show.
Is he a legit cook?
He had to win. He was the first winner of that Food Network.
Oh, really?
Star TV show.
Oh, I don't know.
He was the first winner.
Okay. All right, my apologies.
So he had to cook a lot to get.
I don't know the lineage.
A lot of people hate him.
I don't hate him.
He think he's a tool. He's a little bit of a tool.
Oh, he's for sure a tool.
But I don't hate him.
I know a lot of tools.
I love Food Network. And cooking and channel. And
I think he's fun.
Travel. I love all that shit.
I love Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, see, I don't watch that as much because it's so reality.
Yeah. Well, no.
And the people are like, oh my god, it's not so bad. So like, I don't give a shit about it.
But
I like cooking and food.
Like Hotel Hell is my shit. Kitchen Nightmares is my shit.
So I can't stand that shit.
I love it. Even it's so fake. Even though it's so fake.
It's about the food,
I love
it
so much.
I love food and cooking.
Yeah, for sure.
I get it. There's something about it, man.
There's an episode of Kitchen Nightmares that takes place here.
Oh, really?
I don't know if you've heard about it. In Scottsdale, a place called Amy's Kitchen is now famous If you want a fun little segment, you can pull up the comments on their Google Maps review right now, and like people tear them apart. She is crazy. The lady who owns it is like a legit cat lady, and will go around to her customers and talk about how great her family is. Meanwhile, she's talking about her cats, and people will realize she's talking about her cats, and they'll be, your cats? And she's like, my kids. And they're like, but you just said cats. And she, well, yeah, but they're my children. And then her husband, if people complain about the food, he just starts freaking out on them and like kicks them out and like calls the police for like no reason. They're crazy, dude.
How is that? How is this place open?
Because now they're making bazinga bucks off that show. And they have merch.
Is the food good?
I don't know. It doesn't matter anymore.
I don't want to eat food of someone who lives with a bunch of cats.
You go for the experience. Dude, they have merch because of that show. They have cat lady t-shirts.
So I don't want to support these.
No, you don't want to support them. But you can go and like watch antics ensue, which would be fun.
True.
Yeah. But a little tidbit.
Interesting.
Yeah. Video games.
Dude, we're right at an hour.
We're at an hour.
Let's get it underneath an hour. We have 30 seconds.
Underneath an hour?
I would be cool. 1.00. All right, everybody.
Where we at? We're at 140.
We have 20 seconds. Don't push this.
42.
Hey,
43.
Everyone have 44. A great rest of your week.
Yeah.
We will see you next Tuesday.
Sorry if we
for
ventured.
episode 45.
Later.